I'm Patrick Gavin, Politico. It is now time to turn the table as we do every Friday with a weekend talk show host. This week's topics: the president continues to make a PR pitch for Obamacare, and the Republicans meet about messaging with female voters and female candidates. Joining us to talk about that and more, CNN's Candy Crowley, Bloomberg's Al Hunt, and CBS News' John Dickerson. My colleagues had a great story up on Politico today, which is about some staffers to John Boehner reaching out to other Republican staffers, trying to teach the Republican Party as much as they can about not only how to speak with female constituents, but also how to campaign against female opponents. Obviously, Mitt Romney lost women in 2012, as he lost a lot of other groups. But there is a sense that the Republican Party needs to do a better job reaching out to female voters. Where are they falling short, and why?
Wow. First of all, I wouldn't discount the fact that married women tend to vote more Republican than single women do. Single women sort of overwhelmingly, but you're right, the overall picture is just women, most women voters tend to go for the Democrat. I think in the end, I don't think it's all that confusing. Women are interested in issues as well, but you have to get them to listen. And if your party is saying things that women deem harsh, that women see as the war on women, which was a wholly made-up slogan by the Democrats, but it worked, especially in Virginia, as we know, as long as that still has resonance, you're not able to connect to say, look, here's what our policies are, and here's what they think they will do sort of across the board for your kids, for your nephews or nieces or whoever you have. But you first got to get past that feeling that the Republican Party is unfriendly to women. Whether it is deserved or not, it is the image that they have out there. And you know that every time there's an image that's been solidified, every single story feeds into that gets great play. So it's not something you can do in a week or probably even in a season. It's something that you need to do election after election, and it first starts with looking at the language and seeing what is stopping women from voting for you.
John, I feel like I've been asking you kind of the same question for the past 3 weeks, but healthcare and its not very great rollout is the ongoing story here in Washington. Where do things stand now? I know the president has been continuing to make a strong PR push for it. Are things getting better for him, and obviously more important, for the actual system itself?
I think things are getting better. Certainly there are more stories this week since since the fixes were put in of people successfully signing up. I have one person I've been following who for 2 months has been struggling through all of the different nightmares related to healthcare.gov. And she finally sent me a note this week, and she'd had a clean, clear sign-up process. And in fact, the promises that the Obama administration had made came true. Her premiums are lower than she thought. Her deductible was lower. And so she's quite happy in the end after 2 months of struggle. They need those stories to mount. There's some sign that they are mounting a little bit, but that doesn't mean that there aren't troubles ahead. There have been these back-end problems. Which is basically the information getting accurately from the website to the insurance companies. Those are still not worked out, and so people can think they have insurance, but they don't actually have it. So the president's going to need to fix that and then hope for a couple of months of good, strong sign-up numbers to kind of settle the problems that have happened over the last 2 months.
Well, it's better than it's doing before, particularly last month. That isn't much of a compliment because it was a disaster then. There's a little air of desperation about the White House now.
But I hope you haven't been discouraged by how hard it's been, because stuff that's worth it's always hard.
Because they got to get this website up. They're making progress. It's not where it should be. It's a shame they didn't get on this 6 months earlier, or a year earlier. But they also have to get 6 or 7 million people signed up in the next 4 months, and about 25% of them or so have got to be young people. So it's going to, the politics are important, the psychology is important, and that'll actually matter as much as the mechanics in the long run.
That's it for this week. You can check out our full interviews online at politico.com/turnthetable. Have a great weekend.